Hi everyone, today we are going to learn about 4.4 factoring quadratic expressions. So let's start from do now. So can you look at the function y equal to x squared minus 4x plus 2. G of x is same with y, the function g of x. So can you find the vertex, axis of symmetry, g of 0, and g of negative 3. So you should choose, figure out, determine if the vertex is a maximum or minimum, right? Either one. It cannot be both. So you should determine it is a minimum or maximum. Okay, can you do it? Okay, let's do it together. So to find the vertex, so if you remember, so your shape is this like this. So it will be upward, right? Look upward. So your vertex will be the minimum, right? But before you use the calculator, if you remember the formula for vertex, x value is negative b over 2a. If you remember, you can use the formula. So b is what? Negative 4. So negative 4 is b. So negative b is negative 4 is positive 4 over 2 times a is 1. So 2. So 4 over 2 is 2, right? So x is 2. When you substitute x equal to here, 2 square minus 4 times 2 plus 2. So 2 square is 4 minus 4 times 2 is 8. 4 minus 8 is negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. So you can find the vertex that way. But if you don't remember formula, what should you do? You supposed to use calculator, right? In the calculator, you find the minimum value. So how do you find it? Let's try together, even though it's, I showed it here. So you know that this parabola looks like this. This is a minimum, right? So let's go to the calculator. You put the function x squared minus 4x plus 2. And then what do you do? To find out minimum, where should you go? You go to the second trace, right? Above the trace, you see the calculation, right? That is the, now there you can find the minimum. Here, number 3, so go down, minimum here. Now, what did it say? Left bound, right? Left bound. How do you find the left bound? So you need to move the cursor in the left side of the vertex. So anywhere in the left side, you can go closer or farther, doesn't matter. Now, then enter it. Then there's a left bound. Then your calculator will ask you, set the right bound. How do you set the right bound? Right bound means cursor must be on the right side of the vertex, right? So you move the cursor by clicking this arrow to the right side. Keep going, enough. It looks like you already passed the vertex, right? That's good enough. If you want more, it's okay. More, no problem. And then enter. You see the two left bound, the right bound. So guess is not the answer yet. So guess means not the answer yet. So you should enter one more time here. Then it'll give you the answer. So calculator will calculate all the y values from here to here, right? Y value, keep calculating and find out, give you the minimum y values. That's the vertex, I mean the minimum. So enter. See, your cursor move to the vertex and then give you the minimum, x equal to, y equal to negative 2, right? So vertex is what? When x is 2, y is negative 2. This is the vertex. Everybody understand? Right? Well, how about axis of symmetry? Axis of symmetry is the line, vertical line, this arrow, this red line. So passes through the vertex, right? So what is equation? So this is a special case of equation Horizontal line is a y value is always saying y equals something, but just a number. But vertical line is y keep changing, but x is always the same, which is x equals 2 from the vertex. So you should write down equation x equals 2. Now g of 0, how do you get the g of 0? You plug in, right? So g 0 square minus 40 plus 2, which is 2. And g of negative 3, you do the same way, negative 3 square minus 4 times negative 3 plus 2. You can put this exactly as it is in the calculator, make sure parentheses, then calculator will give you 23. Or you know how to simplify it. Negative 3 square become positive 9, right? Square back the negative and 3 both. So negative, negative become positive. Remember, so if you simplify, it'll be 23. Everybody understand? All right, let's move on to the next our lesson. Today we are going to factor the quadratic equation. So when the quadratic equation x squared has a coefficient 1, here a is 1. Today we are going to talk about only that case, which is easier. So x squared plus bx plus c form, a is 1, right? Now how do you find out factors? And how do you factor this? Now I'll give you two methods. The first method is this one. You are going to write down two factor form now like this, and the x and x here. Only thing you find is two numbers, right? Here and here with a sign plus or minus between. So you should find the two numbers. But when you find the two numbers, what you should know is these two numbers, when you add, this become b. If you add the two numbers, is b, negative 1. If you multiply two numbers, become c. Product is c, which is negative 12. So what two numbers do you remember when you add the negative 1, multiply, become negative 12? That can you find it? So to find it, if you can find it quick, it's better. But if you cannot, this is the best way. So you find a pair of factors of 12, all the pairs of factors of 12. So 12, what become 12, right? First, let's find one time itself, 2 times 6, 3 and 4. Oh, so we have only 3 possible pairs, right? 1 times 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Among them, when you multiply, it becomes negative 12. So to make the number negative, one of them must be negative, the other one must be positive. So one of them must be negative, the other one must be positive. Just remember this. And then what should you think? Now when you add the two numbers, must be negative 1. So two, when you add it become negative, bigger number must be negative. So which one give you negative 1? 1 negative 12, 2 negative 6, 3 negative 4. When you add, which one give you negative 1? Yes, 3 negative 4. Then your answer will be x plus 3, x minus 4. That way you factor, right? X minus 4, x plus 3, or x plus 3, x minus 4, doesn't matter. Does everybody understand? So most important thing, you should know how to find out the two numbers. So the most possible candidates from the pair factors of 12, right? You should find this and then think. So it should be very easy in that case. You should write down this all the possible pairs, then no problem. Okay, everybody understand? All right, then next is, this is not normal method, but when you have difficulties, I also recommend you this method. So for the next lesson, you should know this method though, because most of us have difficulties about the next lesson. So Kim's method will make everything easier. What's Kim's method? So Mr. Kim made this method. So how do you find out? So let's see the steps. First, find zeros from the table. Oh, so you go to the graph mode and put the function in the graph mode, look at the table and find the zeros. Zeros means y value is 0 and we look for the x values, right? So let's see how you do it. If you go to the calculator, x squared minus x minus 12. Let's put this in the calculator here, right? X squared, clear it. X squared minus x minus 12, right? And then enter. And then to find the zeros, we should go to the table. Second graph here, look at the table here, right? Then this table give you the values. You should find out y0, not x0. When x is 0, we call negative 12 is y-intercept. Please don't be confused with this y-intercept. X0, we are not talking about 0. When x is 0, y value negative 12 is what do we say? It's y-intercept. So zeros are the x values when y equal to 0. Most of the time, you should be able to find out two zero values, two y zeros. Sometimes only one y0, sometimes no y0s. So now if you click, arrow, right, up and down until you find out any zeros. If you find out both zeros, it's good. If you find out only 1 0, still it's okay. You can use that one and to find out another factor. So do you see negative 3? When x is negative 3 is 0 and another 0, 4, 0, right? Then write down. So this is actually, when you find the zeros, they are the answers. That's why we call it not normal method. It's abnormal. You find out 0 first, answer first. But don't write down this because it's not normal method. All right? It help you. But don't write down these answer first, because later when they ask you about zeros, these should be the answer later. But it's a part kind of abnormal method. So just remember it. Don't write on in the paper as your work. So you know what I'm saying. So you know that zeros are 4 and negative 3. Then when you write down the factors, you should think opposite way. Okay, so if for 4, it's x minus 4. Negative 3 is x plus 3. Opposite sign, right? Why? So how do you get the 0 originally? Now you get the factor and set each factor equal to 0 and solve for x, right? X minus 4 equal to 0. Then if you move 4 to other side, x equal to 4, that should be 0, right? That's your way to find out answer. But now, when we use the Kim's method, simply you put it into the calculator. Calculator give you the answer 0 first. But when you write down factor, write down opposite sign. X for 4, x minus 4. Negative 3, x plus 3. But let's say you just found out only 1 0, it's okay. If you have x minus 4, what do? X times, you already have x times x is x squared. And then this last number must be negative 4 times what give you negative 12. From here you can find out. So negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. So that way you can find out. So I talked too much but I just want to make it clear. You put into the calculator find out two zeros and then write down this. Simple, right? That we call Kim's method. Everybody understand? Now we go to the Google Classroom question. Can you answer this question? How do you factor quadratic equations? And then after answering it, you can look at your classmates' response and then put some comment on it. All right. Now this one is your practice. Can you try by yourself? Either, original method to factor or Kim's method. So I gave you already, the answers you can compare. I will explain. I will just give you the answer. So when you add the two numbers, it should be 9 multiply 20. So I know that 5 and 4, right? So you get x plus 4, x plus 5. This one is when you add two numbers, so negative 13 but multiply 12. I see negative 4 and negative 3. But, sorry, negative 1 and negative 12, right? When you add, it should be negative 13, right? But if you are not sure, what should you do? You should find out pair factors of 12, 1, 12, 2, 6, 3, 4, right? And then you should add it become negative 13. This 20 is 1, 20, 2, 10, 4, 5. That kind. But if you use the Kim's method, if you are not sure how to use the Kim's method, what should you do? Go back, right? If you move the video, and then I explain the Kim's method how to do it, you will find the zeros, negative 4, negative 5 in the calculator, right? Then you write down x plus 4, x plus 5. This one, you find the zeros 1 and 12. Then x minus 1, x minus 12. All right, everybody? So this is end of the lesson. So if you go down, you can see 12 questions. 12 questions assigned. 13 questions, but I gave you this one already. I helped you. I gave you the answer. So can you finish and then hand in? All right, I will stop here.